we're gonna go ahead and lay down on our back. So now you guys know this one won't be on YouTube. You can scoot in. Audio doesn't work. Okay, arms down by your sides, knees bent, feet flat. You want about a fist width distance between those feet. Find your neutral pelvis, where the pubic bone and the hip bones are parallel to each other. So rather than the hip bones being dropped down or there being too big of an arch underneath your back. You want just a natural, small little arch under the back, and you want the pelvis nice and parallel to the floor. From here, draw the shoulders back. Try to feel the shoulder blades and the arms more firmly on the mat. Soften those ribs so that you feel the mid-back active and we're not flaring those ribs up to the ceiling. And now we're gonna move. We're gonna take an inhale. On your exhale, imprint your spine. Draw the belly button down, flatten the low back so that now you do feel your entire spine on the mat. And make sure you're doing this only with your abdominals and that you're not pushing with your legs. Relax the legs a little bit, pull only with the abdominals, and then relax and let the pelvis rock back to that neutral. You feel that little space coming back underneath the low back. And we go again. Exhale, draw the abdominals in, imprinting that spine. And then relax the abdominals, let the pelvis rock forward. Back to neutral. Take an inhale. Exhale, scoop the abs in, and now this time we are going to use those legs. Push your feet down into the mat, dig into those heels, and then slowly peel the pelvis and the spine up, one vertebra at a time. Once you're past about this halfway mark, now we're really using glutes as well as those hamstrings. Open the chest. Use your arms to help you. In this bridge position, in this pelvic curl position, I want you to think of your hip bones drawing up towards your ribs and your sits bones drawing down into those knee pits. So we're scooping the belly. Put the weight on the inside of those feet so you feel the inner thighs. And then peel down from the chest bone, the ribs, the belly button, rocking back through that imprint into your neutral spine again. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the abs in, flattening the low back. Peel the tailbone up, sending those knees forward. Make sure that you're avoiding putting any pressure on your neck. You don't want to push backwards with your quads. You want to pull forward and then up. Exhale, roll down. So as you roll up and down, there should be no shifting forward or backwards of the body on the mat. You should feel pretty still. Again, exhale, draw those abs in. Even here, there's no shift of the body. If you feel your body shift, it's because you pushed with your legs. Scoop those abs in, and then peel yourself up, sending the knees forward, peeling the spine up one vertebra at a time, using those arms to help you. Inhale at the top. And exhale, roll down. Nice and slow. One vertebra at a time. And back to neutral. Let's do a couple more. Nice big inhale. Exhale, draw the abs in, and peel the tailbone up. Slowly lifting those hips, sending the knees forward. Inner thighs active. Inhale at the top, exhale, peel back down. Try to feel your upper back, and then your mid back, and your low back. And you may notice if you found any sticky spots of the spine during your roll downs, and they might still be here. You might still feel that in the pelvic curls, and you might be working it out. You might notice you're getting a little bit more range as we go. But if not, really try to focus in on getting articulation out of the parts of your spine that really don't want to. You'll notice little chunks of the spine coming down instead of one vertebra at a time. Try to find those spots. Inhale and exhale one more time, drawing those abs in. If this is bothering your knees, maybe take your feet slightly further away from you. You might be too close to your sits bones. However, we do want those knees around above the ankles. Exhale, roll down. So they should be pretty close, but if it's bothering your knees, take a little step forward with those feet. From here, we're going to stay neutral. Take your arms up to the ceiling, palms in. We want the wrists directly over those shoulders. Scoop the abdominals in so you feel that imprint of the low back, and then open the arms straight out to the side. So if you line those hands up directly above your shoulders, ideally, now you're in a perfect T position with your arms. Take one leg up off the mat into tabletop. Your knee is right above the hip. Your shin is parallel to the floor. We lift your second leg without changing the body. Squeeze those legs together. And now we go into spine twist supine. Let's go away from me first. We're going to inhale as we twist from the waist, rolling to the hip, keeping your opposite shoulder blade down. Exhale, pull back in to center and towards me. Inhale, twist from the spine, rolling onto the hip, keeping this shoulder blade and the rib cage down on this opposite side and back through center. If you're more of a seasoned mover, then feel free to go for that stretch a little bit. Really try to find that range, but don't let that shoulder blade come up. If we're a little bit newer to Pilates, I suggest trying to keep it small. Focus on the movement coming from your abdominals and not from your legs. And just keep it tiny for now. Keep it small. Don't go for the stretch yet. Just go for feeling your obliques, feeling your abs. Roll your pelvis to one side. And feeling your abdominals, roll your pelvis to the other side. And back to center. Let's do once more to each side. Twist. And exhale, pull back into center, keeping those legs glued together. Last one. Exhale back to center. From here, we place one foot down and the other foot down nice and even. Find your neutral pelvis again so that you're no longer flattening your low back down. We're letting that natural arch occur. Interlace your fingers, webbing to webbing. Take your hands behind your head, right on the occipital bone. So we're not on your neck at all. We're right on the lower part of the head. From here, I want you to try to pull your hands apart for a moment. Just try to pull them apart. Don't let them disconnect, but pull them open until you feel this armpit muscle right underneath the shoulder blade activate. You want those elbows up slightly off the mat so your shoulders can be down. If you let the elbows push to the mat, we're likely shrugging those shoulders. So you want the shoulders down and nice and active in the arms. From here, we inhale. On your exhale, lift your chest, taking the shoulder blades off of the mat. Come up as high as you can and pause here. Check your pelvis. Make sure you didn't scoop the pubic bone towards you. Keep the pelvis anchored, and then lift as high as you can so that you feel your low back on the mat now. Grab your thighs with your hands. We're going to do a little variation. Pull yourself up as high as you can. Give yourself some help. Use your biceps. And then see if you can hold this new chest lift. Take your hands back behind your head. And now exhale, lower back down. And now there should be the little space under the back again. Inhale. Exhale, lift the chest. Don't move the pelvis, just lift as high as you can until you feel that imprint. Stay here. Take your hands behind the thighs. Give yourself a little boost. And stay. Take your hands back behind the head. And you can get a lot of information about your body doing that variation. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Coming up as high as you can. When you grab your legs, and if you pull yourself up, if you can get higher and then you can hold it, that means probably the back is tight. It's not so much the abdominal strength, but maybe the back really tight. And then lower back down. If you can't hold it, then we need to work on those abdominals. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Grab those thighs. Give yourself a boost. See if you can get any more range. And now, can you keep it? Is the question. Good. And then lower back down. My favorite moment of that variation is when you take the hands behind the head. Exhale, lift. Because there's a little moment there, and I'll point it out to you. Grab your thighs, pull yourself up higher. Right here, take the hands behind the head. Don't drop your chest. Don't lose the height. Just relax your head. And feel how the abdominals have to work so hard to hold that and lower back down. It's like treating your head like a weighted ball. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Keep the head weight in your hands. Grab those thighs. Give yourself a little boost. This will be our last one with help. Take the hands away. And then really milk that moment. Rest your head back. Don't drop. Make the abs work for it. And then lower back down. Good. We're going to come up 2 more times without help. Take an inhale. Exhale, just your regular old chest lift. We lift. We inhale, stay. Keep your head weight in your hands. We exhale, lower. 2 is not enough. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. Leave your head in your hands. Inhale, stay. Relax the neck. You should be able to really move that head around. And then lower. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Resting your head weight back. And exhale down. 1 more time. This time we're going to take it into rotation. We're going to inhale. Exhale, lift the head and chest. Inhale, stay. Exhale, rotate away from me. Make sure you did not pull your elbow across your face and that your elbow is open. Take your top arm, reach it to the outside of your knee, outside of the knee. Good. Look at your hand. Point your nose towards your hand. Lift towards your hand. Lift higher. Lift higher. Atta girl. That's what I want to see. That is your chest lift with rotation. Take your hand back behind your head. Come back to center. Don't drop. Other side. Rotate. Reach your top hand out. Look at your hand with your nose. Lift towards your hand. Higher. Take your hand behind your head. Come back to center. Rotate away from me. No hand this time. Just come back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate. Inhale. Center. Exhale. Twisting. Inhale back to center. Make sure you don't pull your elbow across. And center. And exhale. Rotate. Keep those elbows open. Exhale, rotate. Keep the lift. Once more to each side. Center and side. And center. Lift a little higher. Lower the head and chest back down. Reach those arms out long. Circle them around by your sides. Okay, are we warm? Yeah, good. Keep your pelvis in neutral again. Make sure there's no flat back here. Take the leg furthest from me, up to a tabletop, knee over the hip. And we're gonna actually take this leg even further, just about 10 degrees, maybe closer to you. And we're gonna go into single leg lift. I want your pelvis nice and still. The knee joint does not change. We lower the thigh, tap the toes to the floor, lift the thigh. We lower the thigh bone, and we lift the thigh bone. Keeping the pelvis nice and still, no change. Feel the weight of that leg as you pull it up. Inhale, lower. And exhale, pull that leg up. Inhale, lower. Pull that leg up. You should feel the abdominals working to keep you stable. 1 more. Place the foot back down next to your other foot. And now take your other leg up. And when you lift that leg, don't drop the hip. Take the knee just past your hip crease. Inhale, lower the thigh. Exhale, lift the thigh. No movement from the knee joint. It stays at that 90-degree bend. We only move the hip, only the ball and socket joint of the hip. Inhale, lower. Exhale, feel the weight of your thigh as you lift. Inhale. And exhale, feel the weight of the thigh and lower. Tap and exhale, lift. And maybe we're not tapping the floor. That's fine. If you're feeling that your pelvis is moving, if you go that low, then don't go so low. Keep it in control. Exhale in. From here, keep the leg in. We're going to go into leg changes. So we're going to do both legs at the same time. We exhale, switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Make sure that you're not passing directly through tabletop and then switching. You're just passing the legs and passing the legs. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take your legs to tabletop after this last one. Squeeze those legs together. Take your arms up to the ceiling and back. Make sure those arms are shoulder width apart and that we're not allowing the ribs to flare towards the ceiling. We want those ribs down, the mid back is down, the arms are long. We inhale. Exhale, reach your arms to the ceiling. Now lift your head and chest. Take the arms with you and lower them down parallel to the ground. Right here, we want to be as high as humanly possible. Fix your tabletop so that your knees are right over those hips. The shins are parallel, the legs are squeezed together. Now take the arms up over the legs. Lower the head and chest. Reach the arms back. Only one thing can move at a time, the arms or the chest. We move the arms. Now we move the chest. And now we move the arms. Good. And we move the arms. We move the chest. We move the arms. So never at the same time. One thing at a time. Arms. Head and chest. Arms. And take the arms up. And lower the head and chest. And down. This is called 100 prep. It's a preparation for 100, a well-known, beloved Pilates exercise. We're going to go into it right now. On this next chest lift, I want you to straighten your legs to a diagonal line that you can maintain for a while. We're going to exhale, lift those arms, lift the head and chest, straighten the legs. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, pulse your arms. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. What we want is a nice high chest lift, and we want a stable spine. So if you're feeling your low back, take your legs up higher. Don't let your low back get into this. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. If you need to modify more, you can take the legs straight up. You can come back to tabletop. You can put the feet down if you need to. But the goal is to get as high as humanly possible. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale. Let's do one more. Exhale. Pause. Exhale, back to tabletop. Lift your arms. Lower the head and chest. Reach the arms overhead. We're going to glide the legs out straight, one leg at a time. Take a big stretch. Nice big indulgent arch into that rib flare. Stretch out those abs. I'll allow it. And then lower the ribs down. Circle your arms around all the way to your sides. Squeeze your legs together. Draw the abdominals in. We want to make sure we're not in an arched position here. You want those ribs and those hip bones drawing in towards each other, the legs together and pointed. We're getting a nice long break here while I chat at you. Take the leg furthest from me to tabletop. Extend that leg as far up to the ceiling as you can with your hamstring ability, and then grab your thigh. And we're going to flex your foot, dorsiflex towards your chest. Plantar flex, point to the ceiling. Dorsiflex to the chest and point. We want to mobilize that ankle, getting a nice little hamstring stretch in here. The next time you flex your foot, keep it there. And this foot position is important. Really flex that foot back as much as you can. Now let go of the leg. Keep your knee above your hip, even if your knee is bent. We're going into leg circles. We're going to cross the midline towards me. Circle around and back up. Cross, around, and up. We inhale and we exhale. Now this feels like a hip exercise. It's actually an abdominal exercise. So it's, again, the stability and the stability. Only make this as big as you can keep your pelvis still. Inhale, circle. Exhale, circle. Reverse directions. Go away from me, down and around and up. And down and up. Inhale, circle. Exhale, circle. Keeping energy through that leg. It's as straight as it can be. Inhale and exhale. One more. And up and stay. Point that foot. Bend your knee. Glide your leg out onto the mat. Feel that extra length in the leg. It might actually feel longer than your other leg now. We're going to fix that by doing the other side. Take your leg closest to me, to tabletop. Extend that leg as much as you can. Grab your thigh, and then we flex the foot. And we point. We dorsiflex, and we plantar flex. Those are the fancy terms. Dorsiflex and plantar flex. Let's do one more. Pull that foot back towards you. Try not to do too much with your toe joint. Try to keep your toe joints out of it. Flex with your ankle joint. And then take your hands away. Stack your knee right over the hip. We're going to go into leg circles across the midline, away from me, down and around and up. Again, down, around, and up. Inhale, circle. Exhale, circle. Making sure that you're in control. We're taking that knee up above the hip every time, even if it's bent. It has to come all the way up. Inhale, circle. And exhale. Reverse, other way. Inhale and exhale. No movement of the pelvis. Keep your bottom leg long and active. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Good. 2 and a 1 and hold. Point your foot. Bend your knee. Glide your leg out straight. And magically, those legs feel the same length again. Take a moment to pull those abs in. Squeeze your legs together. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. And from here, I want you to reach up. Glide the shoulder blades forward. Now glide the shoulder blades back to the mat, to neutral. Again, glide. Reaching the fingertips up. Glide the shoulder blades back down. One more time, we reach. And we glide back to neutral, and now we stay in neutral for the rest of the exercise. Take your arms overhead, keeping those ribs down. From here, we go into roll up. Take the arms up, the head and chest up, lower the arms. That's your inhale. Now we exhale. That's classic BASI breath right there, making us use the exhale when we really need it. Hold your C curve. Make sure that C curve, your back should look like the letter C, a capital C. So it's a nice crescent moon shape. Draw those shoulders back. Your head should be visible from the side. Those arms are parallel to the ground. Unshrug those shoulders. So not so much the back, but the shoulders. Yes, good. Eyes are on the knees. We exhale, roll back down. Keep your arms parallel to the ground. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Good. Take those arms up and back. Again, we inhale, arms, head and chest, arms again. We exhale the rest of the way. The reason we do that is to stop your momentum and make you do it properly with the abdominals. Exhale, roll down, because if you let yourself use momentum, you're not really going to get stronger. You'll always have to do that little kick. So what I want you to do instead, if you can't come up without using momentum, we come up to this chest lift position. You bend your knees to make it so that you can peel up organically and then straighten them when you don't need them anymore, so that you really feel that roll up the same way you would as if you didn't need to kick yourself up. Exhale, roll down. And that's very important. because we see a lot of funky things. We see the arms flailing, the legs kicking up in the air. This is my least favorite, the shift. Do not do that in my class. I'll kick you out. So bad for you. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll back down. Take those arms up and back. And just know that roll up is a really challenging exercise for some of us just due to our center of gravity. Whereas someone else might pop up like it's nothing. There's some Olympic athletes who probably cannot do a roll up just because shorter legs, longer torso. Exhale, roll down. So this is something that could improve over time if you're doing it properly, or it might be something that you're always going to have to bend those knees for, and that's fine. Inhale, arms, head and chest, arms. Bend those knees if you need to. Peel yourself up, keep those feet down. Yeah, go, go, go. Inhale, exhale, roll back down, nice and slow. Feeling that articulation of the spine, that control of the body. Let's do one more to come up to an upright position. We inhale. Exhale, continue. And then we lengthen the spine all the way upright. Flex your feet, separate them about shoulder width apart. For your back, it's better to bend your knees to get the back straight rather than rolling backwards onto your sits bones if your hamstrings are tight. If you can keep the legs straight and the back straight, that's excellent. That's what we're working towards. But if you need to, get upright. Feel the sits bones. Feel those ischium bones right up on the tallest point of your sits bones. Good. And then if you can straighten the legs, excellent. If not, just stay there. Arms out straight. Take an inhale. On your exhale, imagine that you are peeling your spine away from a wall, starting from the crown of the head, and then the upper back, and the mid back, like you're a piece of wallpaper, slowly coming away. Keep those hands off the ground. Once you're done going through the bottom of the spine, if your hamstrings are tight and this is where the journey ends, then that's great. This is where we're stopping, and then we would roll back up. If you have more range in your hip joint than this, then we can hinge further at the hips until you hit that hamstring stretch and then roll back up. If you're already in a hamstring stretch, don't worry about that. That's only if you have that range and we want to use it. Inhale. Exhale, peel away from that imaginary wall. Keeping those hands lifted away from the floor, going through the low back and then hinging at the hips if you've got it. Exhale, roll back up. And really visualize the wall. Visualize stacking your spine up, up, and up. Grow taller. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. As we go through the upper back, something that's very common here is people tend to let the scapula, those shoulder blades, roll forward. Keep your collarbones flat on your chest and peel down only from the spine, nowhere else. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll back up, keeping the shoulders down, out of the equation. You should be feeling the arms by now. It is hard work, but I want you to feel the muscles on the shoulder here, not your neck. If you're in your neck, that means you're shrugging at the bottom. Let the shoulder blades be heavy. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Good. Feeling the work in the shoulders, but not the neck. Not the neck. Inhale. Exhale, roll back up. This will be our last rep. Pull up tall. Bring your legs together. Point your feet. Pull your feet in to your hands. Hands nice and low on the ankles, as low as you can get. And we're going to hold this roll like a ball start position for a moment. I want you to squeeze your legs together and just practice balancing. Just hover on those legs. Make sure you have room behind you to roll. I think everybody does. And then before you go backwards, keep your eyes on your thighs. Don't look at the ceiling. And I want you to try to tuck your pelvis more. So right now we're kind of on the slightly back from the tailbone. I want you to rock more onto the back of that sacral bone. Scoop the pelvis, and then roll back and upright. Keep it small. Don't change your shape. Do not break your nose with your knees. Imagine there's a bubble between your knees and your face and you cannot pop it. We scoop those abs in. We roll. We roll. Round things roll. You must make your spine as round as possible. Put each hand, its own hand on each ankle. So yeah, there you go, that's better. Pull with your arms. Flex your biceps. Push your hands into your legs. Push your legs back into your hands. So this is kind of a spring-loaded position. If I were to let go, I would spring apart. It's really active. And now we roll. Push your legs to your hands without kicking. Hands nice and low on those ankles, nice and low. Inhale, roll. Exhale up. Good. Inhale back. Exhale up. The trick is to use more organic momentum rather than forcing it. You want to try to just tuck your pelvis, scoop the belly button in until you naturally roll back and up. Inhale back. And again, one last one. Inhale. Hold. From here, take your hands to your knees. Just not the knee joints, but right, yeah, under. Good. We're going to lower down. Slow. Slow. Don't flop. Onto your back. Take your knees just slightly past your hip crease, but I still want you to push into your hands. This position is very important. If you let your knees come into your chest, look at my neck. This is very uncomfortable. You need those arms and those legs to help you get high in your chest lift. Good. From here, double leg stretch. We send the legs out straight, the arms back. Keep your lift, keep your hands together. Circle the arms around to your knees. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, around. Each hand on its own leg. Inhale, reach. Exhale, in. Get those feet up nice and high, right? Same height as the knees. And the feet glide out. Imagine you've got a little rolly stool underneath your feet and you're rolling that stool away. Good. And you roll the stool back in. Right, so those feet stay the same height. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, in. And let's take a little breather. Lower the head and chest. Hug your knees to your chest. I know that can be hard to hold. The higher you can get your chest lift, the more you will feel your abs and not your neck. Go ahead and turn your head side to side. If you're stuck in your neck, that means you're not getting up high enough. You want to make your abs work for it. It's worth it in the long run, even though it's harder in the moment. Feels better, actually. Hands on the knees. Let's come back up. Use your legs and your arms to give yourself a little boost. Get onto your low back. Take your hands to your knee that is closest to me. Inside hand on the knee, outside hand on top of that hand. Glide the leg furthest from me out straight into your single leg stretch position. You want both of your feet the same height away from the floor. Push your leg away from you to give yourself a boost. Get higher. Get higher. Yes, that's it. Good, but stay on the low back though. Don't go too crazy. And then we switch. Every time you switch, you want to stay still. Stay completely still in the torso. Completely still in the torso, but lifted. Try not to interlace those fingers. You want to pull and pull and pull. 4, nice and stable. 2 and 1, both legs in. Lower the head and chest. Take another break. Tilt your head to the side and to the other side. Hopefully that was better for some of us. Trying to find that alignment with the head and the neck is challenging. It takes some practice. It's muscle memory, and it's also just pure strength of those abs to get high enough to where your head is sitting on top of your shoulders more with gravity. We're going to come up one last time. We're going to go into crisscross. Take your hands behind your head. Straighten the leg that is closest to me. And now rotate towards your bent leg side. Towards your bent leg side. That's the way. And then rotate as you switch legs. Rotate as you switch legs. Your goal is to not roll you just want to rotate and rotate. Keep your elbow away from your knee. Elbow away from the knee. Do not do this. This is not Pilates. Keep that elbow open. Exhale, rotate. That's cheating. And rotate. Less is more. Go for more height than anything else. Last one towards me. Back to center. Lower the head and chest. Set those feet down, 1 foot at a time. Circle the arms around to your sides. Okay, let's take a break from that ab work. Feet in parallel, hip width apart. We're going to revisit those pelvic curls from earlier. Take an inhale. Exhale, imprint your spine. Flatten that back, and now peel your spine away from the mat, pushing those heels down, sending the knees forward. Notice the difference in your body. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Those spots earlier that you were having a hard time articulating through, maybe they're being a little nicer to you now. Exhale, scoop those abs in. Maybe we were getting lots of hamstring cramps on that first round and now not so much. Exhale, roll down. We're a little bit looser in the hip joint. Maybe you can get more lift in the pelvis that you couldn't get before. I love coming back to pelvic curls in the middle because oftentimes you start with them and you don't usually come back. But I always come back to these pelvic curls because I really love to get a chance to feel it on my body when I'm warm. Because it feels so different. I get a little more out of it each time. On this next one, we are going to hold. We're peeling up. So if we remember our single leg lift from earlier, it's going to be the exact same movement of the hip, just in a lifted position. Take your leg that's furthest from me, up, past your tabletop. We inhale, lower the thigh. Exhale, lift. Only 5. Stay with me. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Tap and exhale, lift. 3, 4, and last one, 5. With control, place the foot down. Keep your hips up. And now take your other leg up and in. Don't lower the hips. We inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Give me a little more lift. A little more lift. As you go, you have to think that you're lifting higher each rep just to stay still. Otherwise, you will drop slowly. 1 more. And 5. Place the foot down. Slowly roll down. Nice and slow. Take your time. And back to neutral. Well done. Go ahead and tilt your knees to one side. Give yourself a little twist. You can open the arms if you'd like, and then take the knees across to the other side. Little twist. And back through center, and a little twist. And back through center, and a little twist. Okay. We're going to roll onto your side, facing me. Facing me. Straighten those legs. Your bottom arm is out straight, palm up to the ceiling. You're resting your head on your arm. Send those legs out straight. And I want you to stack this hip directly on top of your other hip. Most commonly, people are rolling backwards onto the glute muscle. You want to come forward onto that hip. We're going to lift the feet. Scoop those abs in. Now this one is going to be more challenging for those of us who have the longer legs. So if you came up into your roll up pretty easy, this one maybe will be more challenging for you. We squeeze those legs together. We're going to go into side lift. I want you to use your obliques. Lift this hip up towards your rib cage and then back down away from the rib cage. So you feel this squeeze on the obliques. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Don't forget about your belly button to spine. You need those abs on too. Those are different abs. Exhale, flex. Inhale, lower. If you're feeling your low back, it could be one of a couple things. Either you're stuck kind of arched and you might need to take your feet forward a bit for today, or you're just not using those abdominals enough, or we're rolling forward. So check to make sure that if you're feeling your low back, that we correct one of those things, usually one of those three. 2 more. Last one, we lift and squeeze the waist and we lower. From here, take your top knee down and then roll back and reach behind you. Nice big stretch. Hopefully you were not feeling your back, or you were successfully able to get out of your back, but if not, this will feel nice. And then we're going to come back to center, sit up, swing the legs in front of you, over to the other side, still facing me. So swing your legs around. So now heads go this way. Yep, there you go. Lay on your arm. And now you can still see me. Palm up. We're going to stack these hips, right hip or whichever hip this is, right on top of the other hip. Scoop those abs in. Check your alignment. Take your time on your setup. You might even have a little space underneath you here because we're trying to kind of lift your rib cage and then lift your feet. From here, we exhale as we pull that hip bone up, imprinting your waist, and now try to lift your waist away from the floor. And then imprint the waist and lift your waist up away from the floor. There may or may not be an actual literal space there. Just depends on your build. But what you want to think of is your rib cage pushing down to the mat and your rib cage lifting away from the mat. Keep your chest open. Do not roll forward. Exhale. And inhale down. And exhale. If you're feeling your back, scoop those abs. Try taking the legs forward a bit. Just make sure you're not rolling forward onto your hip. Last one. And down. Take your top leg down onto the floor in front of you. And then open and roll back into a stretch. Again, hopefully we were successful in staying out of that back, but if not, this should do the trick. Bring us back to good. And then come back to center. This time we roll onto our stomachs. Roll onto your stomach. Take your arms down by your sides in a moment. First, you can keep them underneath you here. It's a little more comfortable, but I want you to scoop your belly button up into your spine and try to press the pubic bone down towards the mat. Bring your chest down heavier on the mat and then pull your face back so that your nose is just hovering. And this should feel kind of weird, like you're pulling your face back into a double chin, but this is probably your neutral spine. Take your hands away and bring them to your sides. Don't let them go on the floor. This is not a massage. Pull those shoulders back, hands to your thighs. It's a lot of arms. This is probably the hardest part of this exercise, is just holding the arms, so stay with me on it. Nose is hovering above the mat. I want you to only lift your face further away from the mat till you feel your chest lift also, and then pause there. Do not lift your ribs. Keep your ribs down. And now come back towards the mat. The chest should sink down heavy again. Your face needs to pull out of the way if your nose is touching before your chest. Inhale, lift from your crown of your head until the chest is up. Shoulder blades pull back onto your body and then lower down. Nice and slow. So the goal is to stay out of your low back. Out of the low back. I want you to pull your shoulder blades back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your chest. And then lower. Less is more on this one. If you go the path of least resistance, you will be in your low back. You want to try to just expand your chest. Try to draw the shoulder blades back. And exhale, lower. And again, inhale. Crown of the head, shoulder blades back. Lift, open that chest, open the chest more. And then lower. Make sure when you lift, you don't want your head really cranking back. You want your chin still down. Your nose is kind of pointing towards the mat still, but it is lifting. We're just not looking fully across the room. Inhale. Use your inhale as you lift. It will help you. That inhale is linked to those upper back extensors. When you inhale, those muscles naturally want to activate. Use that to your advantage. And exhale down. From here, take the arms down, forearms on the mat. Push off of your elbows, not off of your hands, off of your elbows. Good. And then slide back into a rest position, letting your forehead rest, sinking those sits bones down onto your heels. Arms are relaxed, and we're giving ourselves a nice little back release. In your rest position, you want to keep your legs as close together as you can comfortably. That way, we're feeling the release in the back. If you open the knees apart a little bit, that's fine. It is legal, but you're going to get more of a hip stretch rather than a back stretch. So try to find a spot that's comfortable that you can breathe in. And then we're going to come up onto the hands and knees. Onto the hands and knees. Wrists are right below your shoulders. Knees are right below the hips. If you have issues on your wrists, you can either make fists like so. We won't be here too long. Or you can walk forward and place the heel of your hand on the edge of the mat so that you have a little bit of a boost and a little bit of cushion under your hand. So if you want to scoot forward to the front of the mat, you can. From here, we're going to go into cat stretch. Our cat stretch is a little bit different. It's a little more reserved. Before we even move the spine, I want you to sink your chest down. Keep your arms straight. Just feel the shoulder blades move. And now push your chest up. And go again. Just feel the gliding of the shoulder blades, the scapula gliding. Don't bend your elbows. Move from the scapula and push them away. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Push them away. Now stay in this position, really active. You should feel this armpit muscle down here really, really working to push you away. You need this muscle on at all times. Spread the shoulder blades apart on the back behind you. Get as long and far away from the mat as you can. Now, draw your abdominals into your spine. We're going to exhale into a C curve. And I want you to only move your low back. Only move the low back. Try to get as big of a range in your low back as possible and be conservative in the rest of the spine. Now come back to center. Keep the pelvis still. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Eyes come slightly forward as you expand your chest forward. And then in this position, make sure you're not dropping your belly. Pull the belly button in, almost like you're trying to tuck your pelvis and extend your upper back at the same time. And then come back to center. Abs go in. We round the lumbar spine, and that's it. We come back to neutral. We extend the thoracic spine, and that's it. So chest bone forward across the room, eyes up. Yes, good. And then back to center. Exhale, round the low back and center. And then extend only the upper back. The reason we like to do it this way is because we're taking the spine down the path of most resistance. The low back naturally has this curve to it. It naturally goes this way. This is easy. We could do this all day, right? We don't need that. What we need is to challenge that low back in the direction it doesn't naturally go. So we're getting more range out of the spine, right? Same with your upper back. I could just push up into big flexion here, right? But I'm not. I'm choosing to instead focus more on the extension with my upper back because, again, that's the opposite direction that the spine naturally goes. And this is really great to keep you out of that hunched position when you're standing or sitting. One more time into that cat stretch. We inhale, being conservative with the pelvis, and come back to center. Take a seat on your sits bones just to take the weight off of your wrists for a moment. If you struggle with a lot of wrist pain, really try to avoid things like this. Go onto your fists, do something that is more comfortable, use a box, use yoga blocks or something. If it's just discomfort, that's fine. But we don't want pain, right? Your wrists will get stronger over time the more you do this. Let's set up one more time. We won't be here for too much longer. We're going to send one leg back in a straight line. I'm going to come forward a bit. One leg back, fully flexed. Tuck your abdominals in. Good. Don't lose that. Send your second leg back. Hold. Now, we're only going to do 5 of these. Glide your right knee in, and now your left knee in. That's 1. We go right and left. That's 2. Right and left. That's 3. 4. Last ones. That's 5. Pause. Take one knee in at a time. Take a seat. Circle the legs around in front of you. Good. Okay. From here, we seem to roll like a ball. We're going to do some more of that, but we're going to make it a little harder. We're going to grab one ankle with your hand. If you're wearing long leggings and you want to grab skin on skin, you can do that. Take your other hand and grab the leg. Stay on those sits bones in balance. Straighten those legs to the best of your ability, and we're going to go into open leg rocker. I want you to go kind of ride the brakes more on the way back and then hit the gas a little more on the way up in comparison to roll like a ball. So ease your way back. Do not use momentum. Exhale up to the sits bones. Nice and tall. Woo, very good. We roll. Ease your way back. The legs are straight now, so as soon as the feet go over the head, they're going to try and just catapult you backwards. You have to control. Ride the brakes. Ride the brakes. Use the legs and the abs to come up. Don't collapse back there. Do not let your head touch the mat. The head does not touch the mat, just the shoulder blades. The whole time. Yeah, we will. One more. Inhale back. Exhale up. Hold. Bring your legs together. Bend your knees. Let go. Scoop your abs. If you need to hold, I will allow it. Roll back, back, just as far as you like. Maybe we just stop here. Maybe we go all the way to here, and we come back up into that teaser prep. Woo! We're ending with a bang today. Roll down. Scoop, 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 scoop. And back up. The tuck is the way more important thing. I care much more about this moment, the scoop of the belly, right? This here, more important than anything else. So if that's all we're getting, if we're just scooping and then coming back up, even if you have to hold your legs, that's great. I'll take it. I like that better than just flopping around. And then roll down. This time we're going to continue the rest of the way. Hug those knees to your chest. Very nice. Go ahead and roll the knees around in circles, kind of mobilizing the hip joint, and other way. Little circles, little circles. Not too bad. From here, we're going to grab underneath the legs. We're going to rock ourselves upright onto those sits bones and balance for a moment. And now put the feet back down. Cross the legs. Go onto the hands. Tuck the feet. Push up into a stretch. Flat back. You can separate those feet a little bit. You can keep the knees bent if you'd like. Go ahead and kind of try to really push your sits bones up to the ceiling. Get into a nice big shoulder stretch and kind of walk it out. Prancing. If for those of you who are familiar with our reformer footwork, kind of like that prance. Right. From here, you're going to bend your knees. On 3, we're going to hop in between our hands. 1, 2, hop, 3. Stick the landing. Roll yourself up slow and controlled. Stack the spine. Open the chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll down from the crown of the head. the upper back, the mid back. Bend your knees, so we're going easy on that low back and then hinge to the floor. Relax your neck. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll up, scoop the abs in. Tuck the pelvis. Notice the difference from your first roll downs to these ones. Exhale, roll down. Bend those knees. Hinge forward. Nice release of that low back. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the abdominals in. Stack the spine. Straighten those legs. Realign your middle finger with the middle of your thighs so that chest is open. The hip bones are drawing up towards you. The ribs are drawing down. We're lengthening, lifting your head off of your shoulders. Grow an inch taller. And you guys are done. Excellent work. I hope that's what you needed today. Just a nice, easy breezy little fundamental. Okay, I sprinkled in some intermediate. I got a little fancy. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that's what your body needed. And I will see you.